Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Dave Suttle, the head football coach at Boyne City. How's it going?
It's going good.
Well, first off, welcome, and thanks for doing this. And just kind of talk about how the summer's going, how practices are going so far, and yeah.
The summer was a fairly good summer for us. We live up here on this big, beautiful lake, so everybody's always on vacation. So it was a little tough to get the kids rolling. But about mid July, we really started getting into it, and now that we're halfway through the two-a-days, the kids are really starting to pick up energy and pick up on things, and I think we're gonna be ready to roll.
Yes. So for many people that don't know, you just kind of, maybe recap how last season went for you guys.
Last season was really good. We ended up going 9-1. We missed our 2-point conversion at the end of the Manistee game in the playoffs. We ended up losing 28-27. We won our second straight conference championship in an undefeated regular season. Our all-state senior quarterback broke his leg, I think, week 5 or 6 against our crosstown rival. We had some young kids step up and finish out the season for us, but it just wasn't our year to get a run going in the playoffs there.
All right. Now it's time to talk about some of the returning guys and some of the guys that are some of the guys to watch out for. Let's start with the skill positions at QB, running back, wide receiver, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we got a couple. The quarterback position is interesting. It's Drew Neer. He's going to be a sophomore this year. He come in as a freshman and started the last 4 games for us last year, and played pretty well in the playoffs. And kind of sealed our conference championship game. We did protect him with a pretty good running game, but he's a smart kid, good athlete, throws the ball real well. So we're excited about that. Playing tailback for us, Joey McHugh. He's going to be a 3-year starter for us. He plays inside linebacker and tailback. I think he averages about 100 tackles a year and rushes, for anywhere from 8 to 1,000 yards. Pretty consistently for us last couple of years.
Okay. What about wide receiver? Where are we on that?
Wide receiver is a little bit of a question mark. We got some big, tall kids who can catch the ball. Some good basketball players. They've been in our program. They had a real good 7-on-7 season. So we're just kind of waiting to who's gonna step out. I know Chaz Stonick has played kind of our tight end / wide receiver for the summer, and he's really had a great summer. So we're hoping he steps on. We have a pretty good slot receiver and Tyler Lockman. So we're hoping we can get a couple balls out to those guys in space and see where that goes.
All right. Let's talk about the offensive line and the defensive line. Where are we at in that?
We are young. We graduated, I believe, four kids off our defensive line last year. So other than our 3-year starter, Nolan Little at guard, we're pretty young. But again, those kids have played in our program. They played a lot last year. I expect big things out of our 2 offensive tackles this year, Zach Herrick and he's a big 6'5" kid. He's come a long way this summer, and his partner in crime over on the right side there, Maddox Fitzpatrick, has been pretty solid for us so far this year too.
Yeah. Okay. And what about linebackers and secondary?
Secondary, we're probably strongest at the linebacker. Our linebacking core, we kind of play that defense everybody's looking at now, that 4-2-5 or a 4-4 defense, and we play 4 pretty hybrid linebackers that run around and make a lot of plays. Secondary wise, we're starting a new safety and 2 brand new corners. Last year our corners were all 3-year starters for us, so we're a little young there, but again, they've looked really good this summer. I'm really impressed with the direction our kids are going, and just getting some more game time experience under them, I think will show how hard they have worked for us.
All right. What special teams? Where are we at in that?
Special teams, we spend a lot of time on special teams. I think we have a young sophomore who's going to be returning punts and kicks for us, who's probably going to surprise a lot of kids. He's a real shifty, fast kid, Owen Hewitt. His brother played for us last year. He was a 3-year starter for us and graduated last year. So he's been around for a long time. I look for big things from him and a really good punting team with our Ryan Spate punting. He's put a lot of time into that. He kicks really good. I think he's a really good situational punter.
Yeah. All right. Now we've talked about all the kids. Let's talk about the schedule that you guys have. And it's a pretty good one. Of course, starting off at home against Standish Sterling on September 1st, you're going to be home against Elk Rapids. September 8th at Charlevoix. September 15th, home against Kingsley. September 22nd at Ogama Heights. September 29th, home against Benzie Central. October 6th at Sheboygan. October 13th at Oscoda. And October 20th, home against Tawas. So pretty good schedule. Kind of talk about what the Northern Michigan Football Conference is going to look like for you guys this year, and then just talk about the schedule overall.
The football conference is pretty good. Again, we expect that we're going to compete for a title in the conference every year, no matter who's in that conference or what's going to happen. Those are our expectations and our goals every year. It should be a pretty tough conference. I know Charlevoix is probably going to lead the way on that thing this year. I think Charlevoix and Benzie are going to be pretty good teams, and Elk Rapids has been building the program down there, so we'll see where they end up. But the rest of the schedule, man, that's a good deal. We're going to find out what kind of football team we are. Standish is their program. What the last 4 or 5 years has really been coming on. We saw them down in a district final last year, and they put some weight, or 2 years ago, they put some weight on us and put up some points late in that game and played real physical. So that's a game we're looking forward to. And then, Kingsley, Sheboygan, Ogama, they're big teams. And we're going to see where we're at. Should be a good year for us. And I really like our schedule. I like that. It's going to challenge our kids every week. There's a challenge on our schedule, and I really like that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now let's kind of talk about really these next few weeks. I know we got this talk about the scrimmage you guys got on Thursday, and really what you want to see out of these few weeks before we head into that first game against Standish Sterling.
Yeah, our scrimmage, we have another real big physical team coming down. Sault Ste. Marie is going to come down for our scrimmage on Thursday. And then we'll have East Jordan, who's a really improved program. Coach is doing a great job over there with those kids, and they're fired up to come play us. We haven't competed on a football field with a town that's 9 miles away from us in quite a few years. So those kids are all excited about that. So that should be a pretty good scrimmage. We're really hoping to be able to play with pace, get our alignment set, and see how many mistakes we're going to make and how well we are at correcting those. Because they're kids. They're gonna mess up. They're not gonna be in the right spot. But how coachable are you, and can you correct those mistakes in a hurry? Is kind of what we're trying to feel out from our kids. When the pressure's on you, can you make the adjustments? How are you going to handle it? Things like that. Really scoring touchdowns and giving up points in scrimmages. They are what they are. You really want to look at technique and fundamentals and corrections and things like that.
All right. Well, Dave, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck to you guys this season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.